So your book is called "I Will Teach You to Be Rich," correct?
Yeah.
So how does one become rich in an environment where there's 2% treasury rates and unemployment is high? It's difficult to get a job for a young person. How do you do that?
You know, I think there's a few ways of looking at it. And the first thing I would consider, especially based on psychology, is to focus on the big wins, right? So the latte example is bad advice because one, it doesn't work, and two, it's minutia. Saving $2 or $3 a day doesn't really do anything in the grand scheme of things, and it makes us feel guilty, right? Instead, if we get these 5 or 10 big wins right, we never have to worry about lattes or the size of our Diet Coke ever again. For example, starting to invest early, getting your asset allocation right, not buying real estate simply because you think it's the best investment, like so many people believe. If you get these 5 or 10 big wins right, negotiating your salary, etc., you never have to worry about the little things. So that's number one. Two, mastering your own psychology. We know that investing should be boring. You know, I look at my investments maybe once every 6 to 10 months because it's on autopilot. I know it's working for me, and I'm not subject to the vagaries of the market. And then three, in terms of being rich, remember that money is a small part of a rich life. And so why are we doing all this investing? Why are we focusing on becoming better at our careers? It's not just to accumulate a bunch of cash. It's actually to live a rich life.
You mentioned the idea of whether or not to make that big purchase, a house or to rent. So what's your view on, it used to be that the American dream was, graduate college, get a good job, buy a house.
Yeah.
Is that still true today?
Okay. I hope you have 5,000 hours of footage because I could talk about this forever. Let me just say this. We've been taught that the American dream is buying a house, and yet when we run the numbers, we realize that it can be a very bad investment to make. Now, there are different reasons to buy a house. It could be that you know you're going to be there for 10 or 15 years. It could be that you want your kids to be in a great educational system. But when you run the numbers of buying versus renting, particularly for young people, where we're always moving around, it's not the best investment you think it is. It may not be the best investment. So one of the things I encourage my readers to do is run the numbers. I show them how. And what they quickly discover is whatever the mortgage price is, tack on an extra 40 to 50% per month. People find this mind-boggling. But if you actually factor in all those invisible costs, or as I call them, phantom costs, you say, wow, this is a lot more expensive than I thought.
And what is the 40% for?
So that's things like taxes, that's things like insurance, that's things like new furniture, that's things which no one ever considers, it's things like maintenance. And these are things that you amortize over 20 years or 10 years. But because they're phantom, because they're invisible, all we see is the sticker price. So again, I'm not saying it's a bad investment. I'm saying it may not be the investment it's cracked up to be. And just because you're getting pressured from your parents or your friends that, oh, you're throwing money away on rent or do it for the tax deduction, you should actually run the numbers very carefully for the biggest purchase of your life.
What about debt? You've written about debt before. A lot of people come out of college, they have a significant amount of debt, they're questioning whether or not it's even worth it to go to college.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with something like that that's such an important, can be a drag on your wealth building?
Well, first of all, education is, in general, one of the best investments you can make in yourself. And there's a huge undercurrent of people saying, skip college, do it yourself. And I think we should pay attention to that dialogue. But if you look at any of the statistics of college graduates, in virtually every number, they do better than non-college graduates. So, there's some tried and true rules. Try to get into the absolute best college you can and worry about the money once you get admission. So many people don't even apply to colleges because they say, I could never afford it. My parents, their philosophy, we didn't have a lot of money growing up. They said, look, first get in, then worry about the money. And that's exactly what happened. I got in, and then I found scholarships and et cetera to pay for my college career. The second thing is run some numbers. If you discover that you get into a college, it costs $35,000 a year, you're getting no financial aid, and you're doing a major where the average income is $22,000 a year, you may want to reconsider. A lot of this is very analogous to investing. Do a little bit of homework, find the best investment or best college you can get into, and then negotiate as much as you can.
Who are your money mentors? Who's been your mentors?
I've studied most of the greats, and I read their stuff. I think it's absolutely fascinating to know from different types of investors, different types of personal finance personalities, but the people that influence me most come from the world of psychology. They come from different worlds. So we have an amazing professor, B.J. Fogg, one of my mentors, Brian Wansig at Cornell, who wrote an amazing book, Mindless Eating, which is so close to money. It's just about food. All these guys, Cialdini, of course, who teach us about the true theoretical psychology of why we do what we do. Those are the people who actually influence me the most.